Again with the heel towing in a truck. I'm not entirely sure why I decided to do that. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to American Truck Simulator, where we're picking up this road roller that's inside of another trailer. I love multiplayer sometimes. I think the guy collecting the other trailer is actually arriving in here at the moment. I hope he's not one of these people that doesn't really care for realism, because I hope he's one of the people that does actually care for realism, which it does appear as if he is. Maybe not. Because this could make my job a lot harder if he's gonna just flat out reverse straight through me like he's planning on doing. Lovely. Yes, thank you for that, Dash F. You absolute douchebag. Oh my god, I can't see where I'm going because he's just there. Well, off you go now. Thank you, Dash F. You shall forever be known as Dash F the douchebag. Oh well, I guess the bonus is I can stop up and take a picture of, take a screenshot of the trailer on the back, which I guess is nice. Just misaligned the rear of the truck there, that attempt. So I should be able to just roll in and hook up like this. There you go. Hit T and F3 a couple of times. Go into this view. And just hit F10. Which gets Fraps to take a screenshot. Hopefully we're not going to the same place as Dash of the douchebag. He's my trailer. I pick up. Alright, off we go. I forgot to say where we're going. We are actually going to Eli, Nevada today. This road roller I'm going to try and not damage. Don't know exactly how well that's going to end up. This is a freight market contract, so we will be abiding by all of the local speed limits as opposed to the World of Trucks hard speed limit. He was picking up a World of Trucks contract. If you didn't notice by the fact that the trailer was mysteriously there before he was. Just going to stop up here. Shift into first. Just roll this forward so I can see what's coming. Good. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but it seems like the Brody knob is interfering slightly with track hat because there's a bit of a shine to it and it's picking up. So I gotta keep my hand on the Brody knob, else it'll start flickering around and going backwards. So we got a 55 over here because we're still in California. We can actually stay in this lane, screw it. As long as we can, at least. And immediately we're putting off towards Truckee. We'll just throw our limiter on for the time being. Indicate, letting everybody behind us know that we are in fact planning on turning off here. Oh, we can take this at 55 pretty easy. It's a slight slope, so we shouldn't have any issues. I'm hoping there's no pilot cars around. I have seen one or two, which is very worrying. And the joy of taking that 55 with me is that I don't need to... why is the truck slowing down? Must be a slight incline here. I don't need to, you know, speed up and merge. I just need to keep going. So if you're watching yesterday's stream, you'll have known that I ran off for... literally immediately after the stream, I ran off for a shower and all of that nonsense because we were going for dinner. I am pleased, very pleased to report that the dinner was delicious. I'm not long back. In fact, I'm only just home. I literally came home and started recording. Such is my life. It was Chinese and I had like this sweet and sour chicken thing. It was like sweet and sour crispy chicken, and oh my god. Oh, it was a sweet chili. Sorry, sweet chili. Oh my god, that is the most. It was the most delicious sweet chili sauce I've ever had. My dessert was called Death by Chocolate because I like chocolate. Yeah, that kind of says a lot about me that my dessert is usually called Death something something chocolate. Or like apple tart or apple pie as it's called in America. It's apple tart here because we're all tarts. They tart it up a bit. I'm pretty sure about half of those words somebody understood. So the one thing I dislike about California is the 55 truck limit. Somebody coming against us. They didn't honk. Hello, Nevada. Instant 80. I do love Nevada with their ridiculous 80-mile-an-hour speed limits for trucks. Because if you're gonna get killed by a truck, you're gonna get killed really, really hard. So let's just go up through the low and high gears so we get maximum throttle acceleration throttles. Maximum power out of our 625 horsepower Caterpillar diesel engine. I am watching out behind me just in case somebody's coming up at 100 miles an hour, which I sincerely doubt, because we're going 75. Now we'll hit it into 8th, which gives a bit more torque I think, but not as much acceleration. Of course, as soon as I hit 80 I get pulled into a way station. Of course I do. Press enter, there we go. 55,000 pounds in the truck. Including the truck itself. I kind of wish I had an SKRS shifter, but at the same time, it's an expense I can't justify. It'd be nice, but I can map everything to the G27. It doesn't matter. How am I doing with fuel? We're good for everything. Wonderful. Just shift straight into 8th. And we'll leave the truck cruise up to 80 and then hit cruise control. Because we shouldn't need to slow down all that much. I say that, and there's a 65. There we go, 65 engaged. We'll just leave the truck cruise for the most part. We're not pulling off here, so we'll stay in the middle lane. I know there's no AI or anything for me to bother, but if somebody were coming up behind me really quickly to get into that lane, it's easier for me to stay in the middle lane, which suddenly becomes the driving lane, than for them to weave around me. So let's just keep this truck going in a nice little line of some description. We'll be pulling off up. We'll be pulling off up here, mind you. So I'm gonna need to figure out how on earth I'm gonna pull off. Much like this. Oh, I think it's my arm getting in the way, possibly. Somehow. Because I am actually wearing a hoodie for once. Well, a jumper. It's a Star Wars jumper. I like it. Gonna have to pull out here. I know I'm grinding literally every gear. I'm too lazy to learn how to shift this thing properly. In fact, I'll shift properly just to prove that I can. That's how to shift properly, is you just hold down the clutch forever. But I don't like holding the clutch, I like holding the accelerator. Which is why I grind every gear. It's because I'm lazy. I'm just gonna grab the Brody knob again, so that I can do little changes. Like that. In theory I should have taken it off, but I'll literally have to put it back on once I finish the video anyway, so this is one of the occasions where I just leave it off. Oh, we're in 80. Let's drop a gear to get this thing up to speed. So if you're wondering, is there any audio or visual cues as to when the truck is in gear? Yes, there is. There's a little hiss when you swap into gear. So I'm just going to stay silent while I'm switching to 8th low right now. You hear the double hiss. That was it changing into low range and 8th gear. And we're just going to bomb it at 80 because America. We have the freedom to drive at 80 miles an hour in a death machine. Seriously, why would anyone want to drive a truck this quickly? No, you wouldn't, would you? You just wouldn't drive this at 80 miles an hour ever. And I was watching Mr. Moose the other night, because I do occasionally completely low key just lurk in streams. I'm not sub to him, I just kind of will hop in from time to time. I might sub to him while he's not streaming, so that I don't get a big shout out and all that, because I might sub to him while he is streaming, actually, just so that I get a shout out and all that, because them subscribers, yo. Gotta think about that publicity. Okay, so we're gonna need to stop down here. Yes, I did just heel toe a truck. Or at least try to. I was indicating the wrong direction. Aren't I glad there was nobody behind me? I'm just kind of watching the mirrors to see how I'm doing. The two nose mirrors are proving unbelievably helpful to keep me in lane. And some people think that, like, you're supposed to make nothing but large adjustments to the wheel. No, it's small and steady adjustments just to get your steering the way that it needs to be. These switchbacks are completely deadly. There's 70, cruise control. I had my foot on the clutch again. But no, it's just small little adjustments. Big ones when you know you can get away with it. Like if you're, let's say if you're after running completely into this lane, then you make a big sudden swerve back into the correct lane. I know I probably shouldn't have done that, but I was watching GPS, there's nobody coming, it was a good example. So we're on, looks like US Route 50. I can't tell with all the bloom on the inexplicable bloom on the GPS. Yeah, we're just gonna cruise along through the Nevada desert. I think this is the desert. I mean, it looks like a desert. It sounds like a desert, and it is as uninhabited as a desert. So it must be a desert. It probably smells like one too. It smells like sand and dry. So I have to gauge how a desert smells. It doesn't smell of sand? Yes. Does it smell dry? Yes. It's probably a desert. Or a particularly dry beach. I seem to be going over and back between California and either Nevada or Arizona of late, and I'm not entirely sure why, but that's just a thing I've been doing. There's no logic behind it. I just wanted to find a decent length of a journey to do. The only one that was a reasonably decent length was Sacramento to Eli. So that's where I'm going. Again with the heel towing in a truck. I'm not entirely sure why I decided to do that. There we go, there's 30 miles an hour. Just cruise through here. Not entirely sure where we are, but we're in a town. Got a rest stop of some description. As soon as we hit the 70 sign, go. So when I'm accelerating, usually I don't change gears properly at all. I just kind of slam it in and know the game will just grind the gears a bit, but there'll be no damage done as such. Probably a bit of gearbox damage, but not anything major. Not anything that will stop the truck from going, so when there's no punishment, I'm going to do it. $768, $69, $70. Cruise control on. Feet off the pedals. And we'll just cruise it along the road that I don't know the name of. Through the possibly desert. Probably. I don't know. Can a desert have this much vegetation? Whoops. Because desert's supposed to be dry and arid. This is just a particularly dry, vegetation-ridden place. I don't know if it meets the strict definition of a desert by the desert definers of dank memes. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So I think we're almost there. What are we seeing here? 42 miles out. So yeah, we're only about 40 miles out, a few minutes from our destination. 40 miles in reality, in Ireland at least, is quite a long distance. It's about an hour. And that's considered a long drive here. A relatively long drive at least. The American style, it takes you 3 days to drive from Texas to the other side of Texas, is unheard of in Ireland. Because you can you can pretty much drive the length of the country in like 5 or 6 hours. So, we're almost there. I'm kind of wiping my eye in front of the... Yeah, I was screwing up track because I was wiping my eye. Well done, me. Almost there. All we gotta do now. The only real challenge left is parking. I should probably be driving down one side of the road because I just realised this road just doesn't have any markings. Speed limit is 35. Roadworks. Oh dear, it's one of these deliveries. Are we at least pointed in the right direction? It does look that way. There's somebody else parked up there. Which means that this is a collision zone, possibly. I'm gonna have to wait until this dude pulls away to be able to park. So I'm just gonna pull in here for the time being. Assuming he's gonna pull away soon. Because this is in the middle of a road. I mean... sounds like somebody driving past. That's him driving past. Awesome. Assuming that's him driving past. Yes! So... yeah! It was the rolling knob knocking things out of sort. I do apologize for knocking and the rattling. That is basically my wheel saying, why are you driving on the dirt? And making very sudden movements. Don't give me a red light infringement for reversing into the parking space, please, game. I mean, surely that should only work in forward gears. Apparently it does. So that's how to be patient in ATSMP, apparently. And, have I parked this first time? Bloomin' hell I have. I'd like to say that was a difficult parking job because I had to cross the road. So 13 grand, 601 experience. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the truck up over here. Just going to pull the truck in here because that's out of the way. And I'll move it before the next video. So I'll finish off today by saying I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching American Truck Simulator. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, stay safe and goodbye.